So, looking for a ski resort, where you're going to buy your ski property, often on people's lists are big ski resorts, big ski areas, and they are big names and they come at big prices. So I'm just going to throw out some ideas which might get around that a little bit. You find that when you're an owner, and I can speak from experience, that your attitude to skiing does change a little. Instead of getting there and hammering the slopes hard for a week and then leaving, you tend to be much more relaxed in your approach. And you tend to ski a little bit like the locals do. If it's a nice day, you go skiing. You might take quite a long time in for having a nice lunch break. If the weather's not good, you don't go, you do something else, and there's always plenty of other things to do. And you have a nice home in which to relax. So a big ski area is not necessarily the be-all and end-all. But there are some alternatives to some of these places. So let's just throw out some names first of all. You probably know them all. So Austria and Saint-Anton and Lech, France, Val d'Isère, Trois-Vallées, Méribel, Courchevel, Switzerland, Verbier, Zermatt, all big names, big ski areas and big prices. But there are some alternatives. So let's just take the Trois-Vallées for example. We had a great success selling properties in Les Wenouilles. It's a project, it's now sold out, but it's part of the huge Trois-Vallées system at a sensible price. We have another one in Saint-Martin-de-Belleville where we still have some availability, and it's a cute village. Doesn't have the huge resort that you get in Courchevel and Méribel and the après-ski, but it is a pretty village at a sensible price. Within the Verbier ski area, we have little villages which link in, La Soma, Nonda, those sort of places where also you get the same ski area, but at very good value. Maybe you want something though which has the altitude but also has the same kind of nightlife or the same kind of vibe and activity as you get in the big resorts. Well, then you're going to have to compromise perhaps on the size of the ski area to get what you want. Possibilities are, for example, Obergurgl in Austria, very high altitude resort, but quite a nice vibe to it. Another one is Saas-Fee in Switzerland. We mentioned Zermatt. Foreigners can't buy in Zermatt. It's only for Swiss and Swiss residents who can buy there. But you can buy in Saas-Fee, which is next door. You can't ski from one to the other unless you take a guide, which you can do, ski off-piste. But they're 1 hour apart by road if you want to drive around and have a change of scene. Saas-Fee has a smaller ski area than Zermatt, but it has high altitude. The resort itself is 1,800 meters, and you have glaciers at 3,600 meters, where they train throughout the year. All the international teams are skiing there in the summer. It's a pretty resort too. It has everything that you would expect, and you would find in places like Verbier and like Zermatt, but it's a smaller ski terrain. That's why I come back to my original concept that maybe when you're an owner, that's a compromise that is perhaps easier to make. That a ski area which is huge, maybe it's not what you need, and if it's not within your budget, then there are alternatives. And there are a lot of others I can suggest. Gramenz is another one in Switzerland. We have a few more up our sleeve. So give me a call or contact me. I'm very pleased to make some recommendations. If, however, you have the budget to buy in Val d'Isère, Verbier and those prime resorts, I'm very happy to help you with that too.